Yo, what's going on YouTube? Just Jake and welcome back to my channel for another GTA 5 video, and today's video we're going to be customizing and reviewing the brand new Pfister Growler, which was added into the game with the LS Tuners update, but unfortunately isn't available just yet to the wide market. The only reason I'm able to get this right now is because obviously I'm using Script Hook 5, and that is enabling me to spawn it into story mode. So that just means that I can bring you these videos early, so hopefully you can make your mind up by the time that they are released. So we're looking at the Pfister Growler, and obviously it's supposed to be a Porsche, and it looks amazing. It actually looks really nice. It is going to be a little bit cheaper than the Comet S2. The Comet S2 was like 1.9 mil, I believe, but this Growler is going to be a little bit cheaper at 1.7 mil. So it's still very, very expensive. And in my opinion, I think the Comet S2 actually has the edge over this in regards to looks. But let's get into the customization and see what else we can do. So as always, we're going to start with the armor and grab 100% body armor. Then we're going to go to the brakes and get the race brakes for the bumper, front bumper. So we only get 3 additional options for the bumper, which is unfortunate. With the S2, we got quite a lot more options, and the options for this Growler are not great in my opinion. The stock bumper is definitely the best, so we're just going to be staying stock for the front bumper. Then for the rear bumper, we do get in a couple of extra bumpers, but nothing too mad. I mean, it's nice to see that it's actually changing the look of the bumper, not just the diffuser, but the overall look isn't changing all that much. I mean, it's nothing too crazy, but at least we can have something a little bit different from the standard one. I do actually like these arch vented bumper, so I'm going to go with that one. So the next option we've got is the engine. We've got the engine strut brace and only the engine tunes for this one, so we can't actually change the look of the engine. I'm assuming because it's a rear engine car, obviously it's not under the hood, so you can't see it. So it is just giving you a strut brace option, which is, you know, that's fine, it's not a problem. We'll go with a Mark II Rally strut brace. Then we've got the engine tunes. We're going to get the level 4 engine upgrade. Then we're going to move on to the exhausts. So we've got quite a lot of options for the exhaust, man. As you can see, it is central at the moment, and it looks like it's going to stay central. Yes, it is. Just changing shape at the moment. None of them are too crazy, nothing too good at the moment. I mean, them circle ones look a little bit strange in the middle. The Infinity exhaust is probably my favourite one so far. Can't really see them. I'm going to accelerate as much as I can so I get rid of that smoke. Yeah, the Infinity ones are definitely my favourite at the moment. The titanium is the best looking one so far. Then we've got the dual bore, which also are quite nice looking. Not gonna lie, definitely the best ones. So the last few are definitely the best looking ones out of the Infinity and the bore ones. I think I'm gonna go with a titanium dual bore. Then we've got a front fender option. Only 2 options for this. So as you can see, it does add vents onto the side, but they're only bolt on, and it looks like they're just sort of like just placed there. You know, like them really shitty hood vents that you can get from Wish, the plastic things that you can just stick on the hood, where they don't actually serve a purpose and not actually go into the vents. Not my sort of thing. They kind of look a little bit weird, plus there's no logic in there. Like I said, if you imagine the car moving forwards, the air is going to be moving over the top of those, and it's not going to be going back on itself to go down in the vents. So yeah, to me it doesn't make any sense. If anyone can make any sense of these vents in the comments, please let me know, because unless I'm being stupid, this is a Rockstar logic moment where these vents just don't make any sense. So I'm going to be staying stock for the front fenders. Then we've got the hood option, hood catchers. Are we going to get some hood catchers for this? Yeah, why not? It'd be rude not to. We'll just go with the latch hood pins. Then we've got the hood itself. So we've got the carbon version of the stock. Then we've got a vented hood. So there are some nice options for this one. I actually like the dished hood. That's quite nice. We've got the ridged hood, then the ridge with the vents, then the carbon version of that, so on and so forth. The primary race vents actually look really good. I like the look of that. Then we move on to some fog light hoods, which kind of look a little bit strange to me, but yeah, is what it is. I thought the dished hood actually looks quite nice, so we're going to go with that one. So then we are going to move on to the interior. Same with all these other new vehicles, we do get an interior option. It's just basically changing the dashboard. You don't usually get many options, but you can change it to carbon track or the carbon track, you know, so nothing too crazy, but it's a nice option that we've got it. I'm going to get the tracked prepped one. Then we've got the dials, we can change those, so we can get dash dials, which is pretty cool, which is not something we get on all the vehicles. We'll go with the pod mounted. We've got the doors also. Not a massive fan of these track door cards. I think they look a little bit meh. So I'm going to just say stock for the doors. For the seats, the standard seats actually look pretty good, but we are going to change them up. We're going to go with what are we going to go with? Let's go with the painted track seats. Steering wheel, same as always. They're just the standard aftermarket steering wheels that you get with all the Benny's vehicles and that. So you know, if you've seen them before, you've seen them 1,000 times. I'm not going to change it because I don't think they actually look any better than the standard one, so I'm going to stay stock for the wheel. But a roll cage, same goes. It's just a roll cage. You've seen them 1,000 times, so I am just going to go with a white half cage. So then we move on to the lights. Headlights, we are going to grab the Xeon headlights. So then we've got the lip spoilers, the next option. That's weird. Usually we get a spoiler option. Have we got a spoiler? We've got a spoiler option as well. What the flip is going on there? Yeah, that's confused me. Right, so we've got a lip spoiler, and then we've got another spoiler option as well. So if we go down here, we are just going to have a quick look at them. Yeah, so they're just ducktails, right? Let's quickly go to the spoiler and see what that gives us. What the hell, man? Why would you want a lip spoiler and then one of these on top of it? That makes 0 sense. What the hell? I don't get that at all. That's weird, mate. Really odd. Just needed to clear that up. So you can have a ducktail if you'd like. Yeah, they do look alright if you're just going to have this, but if you're then going to have another spoiler on top of that, it's a bit overkill. I'm just going to leave that as none. Then we've got the liveries. So some nice options for these. Growler. I really hate the name Growler. I think it's awful. Because if you're from the UK, you will know that Growler is a rude word for a lady's part.
Can you see my growler?
Yeah, so I know, awful, innit? So the name Growler for this car is kind of funny, but then quite disgusting at the same time. These liveries aren't really doing it for me either. Then we've got some track ones. That's actually looks really nice. The blue and the black on that one actually looks really cool. That's the first one I've come across that I've actually thought, yeah, that looks decent. Should we make a track Porsche with these colours? Actually, you know, I'm digging that, man. But maybe make it green to match the seat buckles or the seat harnesses. Yeah, we'll go with the reverse Vandal. Let's have that. Mirrors. So we've got a primary or the carbon. We'll go carbon for making a track mobile. The plate. We haven't got a front plate, so it doesn't look like we're going to have an option to change it, which we don't. It's just the normal design. Respray, so we're going to go primer colour. Because we've got 2 colours on this and a livery, we're going to go with a classic. And the first colour we're going to go for is going to be that green. Hopefully we can match that up with the seat harnesses. Now, in all honesty, I think the best 3 greens is the lime green, the bright green and the racing green. But because the secondary colour is going to be black, I'm thinking maybe going with a racing green, because I like the way they kind of go together. It actually looks really nice, and it's not too far off the colour green which is on the harnesses. So I think racing green is going to be good for the primary. For the secondary colour, we'll go classic as well, just to make sure that is black, which it is, and we're going to leave it like that. Then we've got the trim colour. That's obviously just the dashboard and all that sort of stuff. We're not going to change it. Maybe, yeah, so if we change it, it looks like it's just going really dark, so we're just going to leave it as it is. And then we've got the rear splitter. That's new as well. Rear splitter is a new option. It's not a bad option either, you know. That's pretty cool. We are going to go with a carbon. Maybe the carbon lip splitter. Yeah, let's go with a carbon lip splitter. Then we've got the roof accessories. We get a light bar. Wow. Then we've got a roof rack, the box, then another box, and another box. So we're not going to get any of those. Then we've got the side skirts. So these are just extensions, which are cool. I am going to get a carbon extension to match the lower lip spoiler, which we've got at the rear. We'll go grab the carbon extension splitter. We'll quickly go through the rest of these so you can see what they are. And nothing special, you know. I think the extension one here is probably the best looking one, so yeah, happy going with that. Then we've got the splitters, which is obviously going to be the front splitter. So we've got the wedge, and then we've got the carbon wedge. So we are going to get a carbon splitter as well, but I do like this race splitter. That's pretty cool. But it says primary race, but then it changes to carbon. That doesn't make any sense. Very strange. Then we've got the carbon race splitter. So between these 3, it doesn't even look like it changes. Very odd. but the carbon race splitter is definitely a contender. I'm not sure about this one because I'm not a massive fan of the canards on the side. Don't really like the struts on that one. Yeah, so it's going to be the carbon race splitter for me. Then we're going to move on to the spoiler. So we are going to get a spoiler on this one. We're going to get the extreme wing, I think. Is it carbon? Yeah, it looks carbon to me. The extreme wing, I think, is going to suit this the best, as I'm going to try and make, you know, a track car out of this one. I think that looks cool. All the others are pretty standard, but yeah, definitely extreme wing. Sun strips, we are going to get one, I think. Yeah, that's the sort of thing I was looking for. One with, you know, a sponsor across the top. Let's go with a white one. Suspension, hopefully it doesn't give us a load of camber. It doesn't. Awesome. Competition suspension is the one we're going to go for. Tail lights, we can change the tail lights, man. That's cool. So we get a tail light tint on this car. That's awesome. The customization on this car is probably the best so far, in my opinion, in regards to being able to have like a rear spoiler. Sorry, 2 rear spoilers, a rear splitter, mad, and then we've got tail light tints on it as well. So it is pretty cool, man, what you can do to it. I'm not going to get a tail light tint though, because I think the lights actually look really cool how they are. Then we've got the transmission. We're going to get the race transmission and obviously the turbo tuning. For the vents, wow, another option. What's it? Oh, nice. It gives us side vents. I actually like that, man. That looks good. Do we get a carbon, and then we get a carbon curved? Yes, let's go with that one. For the wheels, I'm not going to bother changing the wheels because it's the same old story. If you've watched my previous 2 videos, you'll know that I'm in GTA story mode. I'm not online, and I'm not able to obtain the track or the street wheel categories inside of LS Customs. That means I'd have to come out of LS Customs, go into my script menu, and then add the wheels on that way. It is a bit of a ball ache, and you know, it doesn't really matter. The wheels on this Growler are really nice anyway, so I think I'm just going to keep them how they are. If the wheels were horrible, then I would change them, you know, because I don't really want to be ruining the look of this car. But because they look awesome anyway, I'm just going to leave them how they are. So then that brings us nicely down to the windows. We are going to be purchasing the light smoke window tint to finish off this build. And there it is, my dudes. There is the brand new Pfister Growler. Like I said, it isn't released currently into online, but it is in the game files, which is why I'm able to get hold of it through using script hook and menus mod. And it looks awesome, man. It does look really good. It is $1.7 million when it is released. So, you know, whether that's a good price or not, I don't know. Let's take it for a little drive and see what we think. It does feel a little bit slow in regards to acceleration, if I'm honest. It doesn't feel like it's got the get up and go of the S2 or even, what was the other car I customised and reviewed? The Vectra, the Emperor Vectra. The Emperor Vectra actually felt better than the S2 in my opinion. And in regards to this one, this does feel like it's a little bit behind those 2 cars, the S2 and the Vectra, in my opinion. It does pick it up. It does actually get up to speed quite nicely. As you can see, we have hit over 100 miles an hour, which is nice. It does feel tight in the corners. Yeah, doesn't feel like it wants to spin out. You know, knocking it left to right, it actually feels really tight. Braking is awesome. Yeah, man, very capable sports car. The only downside to it, from what I can feel, is the acceleration is a little bit lackluster, but other than that, it feels mint, you know, just like the other 2 sports cars, the Vectra and the S2. It feels amazing. Overall, this is definitely a solid 8, and I would recommend this to purchase. 1.7, it's definitely clipping at the heels of the Vectra and the S2. It is a very nice looking car from standard anyway. The customization on it is top notch. I don't think I've customized it the best way, to be honest, but I wanted to make it something a little bit different, you know, something that you'd maybe take or see on a track. But yeah, I think it's a solid 8 out of 10, definitely, and I would recommend it if you like your Porsches, you know, and if you like customizing cars, if you like making track cars. 1.7 mil, it is quite dear, but it is 2021, so all the cars are very expensive in this game nowadays. It is stupid, but it is what it is. But yeah, definitely recommended. It feels awesome in the corners. It feels good at braking. Top speed feels good. The acceleration is a little bit lackluster, but once it gets there good. Overall looks, the standard look of it actually looks really nice. The customizations are good. So yeah, I haven't really got any downside to it other than the slow acceleration. But that's comparing it to the S2 and the Vectra. You know, compared to other sports cars, it's probably a lot quicker. But that's my opinion, and I think it is an awesome vehicle. So yeah, I would recommend it if you've got the money. But in my opinion, I think the S2 is a little bit better. So yeah, so I'd save up an extra couple of 100,000 and go for the S2 when it's released. But with that being said, guys, that is the end of this video. Hope you guys did enjoy this one. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, and if you haven't already, why not subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. And until next time, I'm out. Adios.